Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we're going to compare two budget smartphones, the Asus Zenfone Go with the Euphoria. While there are a lot of similarities between these two devices in terms of the specs, they also differ in various other aspects. So we'll do a detailed comparison of these two phones and see which is better value for money. So before we go into the detailed aspects, let's have a quick look at the specs. So the Asus Zenfone Go is a recently announced device which comes with an HD display, and it's powered by a MediaTek chipset. It's a 5-inch HD display. It has 2 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of internal storage. There is a 8 megapixel rear camera with LED flash and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. Now this phone also runs Android 5.1 with the custom Zen UI, and it has a 2070 mAh battery. Now talking about the specs of the Euphoria, so this is a 5-inch device, again an HD display, Snapdragon 410 quad-core chipset with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage, along with Android 5.0 with the CyanogenOS. It has a 2230 mAh battery. There's an 8 megapixel rear camera and a front-facing 5 megapixel camera. So that was the spec aspect. Now moving on to the design and build quality. So design wise, the Asus Zenfone Go offers no change with respect to design. It's the same design language as that of other Zen phones, the Zenfone 5, the Zenfone 4 and even the Zenfone 2 recently announced. So you can see the chrome finishing on the buttons, the curved rear panel and the Asus branding on the front. You can see the 3 capacitive touch buttons and the pattern at the bottom. So overall in the design and build quality, this device does not offer anything new, but it's a fairly good looking device with a decent build quality. The matte finish rear panel is kind of sticky, but it does give a good feel. Overall it's a fairly good looking device in this price point. Now talking about the Euphoria, this is a pretty good standout design. I would say you can see this has a curved edges with metallic frame. Although the rear panel is plastic, it also has this Saturn kind of ring with LED flash. The camera unit looks pretty good. The 3.5mm audio jack and the USB slot has been given a black finishing, and overall it looks pretty good. The U logo on the front, and it's a device which does give a premium feel in the budget category. It has the navigational buttons on screen on the 5-inch display. So overall in the design and build quality, we would say the Euphoria is a better device here with a better build quality and also better design. Now talking about the display aspect, so both these devices have a 5-inch HD display. It's an IPS LCD panel, 1280 by 720p, and the colors look pretty good on both these devices. Now you can see both these devices have an IPS LCD panel, so the viewing angles are also pretty good. Now the display protection aspect, you can say that the Euphoria has this Corning Gorilla Glass 3 support, while the Asus Zenfone Go does not offer any such protection. It just has the anti-fingerprint coating. So that's one issue. So overall in the display quality wise, we would say both these devices offer pretty decent quality in the budget category. But for the additional protection offered on the Euphoria, we would say the display is better on the Euphoria. Now the touch response is again better, similar on both these devices, and they offer pretty good feedback when using it. So now moving on to software and performance. So this is one area both these devices vary a lot. Now Zenfone Go is runs on Android 5.1 with a custom Zen UI. So Zen UI is one of the heavily skinned UI. You can see the custom notification center. So a lot of additional tools and features have been offered by this UI. And this is one popular UI in terms of the look and feel, and does give a good feel all around. And talking about the performance of this device, with 2 gigs of RAM and MediaTek quad-core chipset, the performance was pretty decent. Although we did experience slight lag here and there, but the overall quality of performance was pretty good. The gaming experience was also fairly decent, although we did experience frame drops. But then you can't expect really great performance from a budget smartphone. Now the biggest issue with this device is that it comes with only 8 gigs of internal storage, and there is expansion slot, but you cannot install apps directly onto the SD card. Apart from that, there is also no 4G LTE on this device. That's a big issue, because most of the devices in the budget category are also now coming up with 4G LTE. So Asus Zenfone Go does not offer 4G LTE. So overall in the software and performance, is a fairly decent device. And now moving on to the Euphoria. So this runs on CyanogenOS. It's an Android 5.0 Lollipop, and this has 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage, along with the Snapdragon 410 quad-core chipset. The overall performance of this device with this chipset is pretty good. There's no lag or issues, and for daily tasks it worked pretty well. Now gaming experience was also decent with a 5-inch HD display. We did encounter slight lag, slight frame skips while gaming, but then overall experience was fairly good. Now this phone comes with 16 gigs of internal storage. You can expand the storage and also install apps directly onto the SD card. Now this Cyanogen OS is heavily customizable OS. You can see the custom notifications, and there is support for themes. You can download additional themes and customize your device. So that's one good thing about this device. Now talking about the overall performance, this was good performance all around, and we didn't experience any lag or issues. So all in all, we would say in the software and performance side, the clear winner is the Euphoria with 4G LTE capabilities and also 16 gigs of additional storage and no lag while performance. So that was the software and performance. Now moving on to the camera. So camera is one big aspect a lot of users would be interested in knowing. So both these devices have custom UI, the Zen UI, the Pixel Master camera, and you have the Cyanogen UI for the Euphoria, and both these devices offer good amount of features. We can see both these devices offer full HD video recording. There are lots of modes to choose from. So in terms of the software, I mean the camera UI, both these devices are a performing camera. Now talking about the camera quality, this is where the Euphoria has an edge over the Asus Zenfone Go. So you can look at the camera samples we have taken from these devices, and you can see that the Euphoria has a better quality. The main issue with the Zenfone Go is the camera performance, which is blurry and noisy and doesn't have the great sharpness levels of that of the Euphoria. And the video quality is also not that great on the Zenfone Go. So in the camera and camera performance, we would say the clear winner is the Euphoria with better 8 megapixel camera. Now there is also 5 megapixel shooter on the Euphoria, which is better than the 2 megapixel on the Asus Zenfone Go. So all in all, in the camera aspect, the Euphoria is a clear winner. Now moving on to the battery life. So both these devices have pretty decent battery performance. Now the Asus Zenfone Go has 2070 mAh battery, while the Euphoria has a 2230 mAh battery. Now the battery performance, both these devices do offer 1 day of usage with average usage, and you can get pretty decent performance from both these devices, although the Euphoria has a slight edge over the Zenfone Go in terms of the overall battery performance. So that was the detailed aspects. Now let's go to the pricing aspect. The Euphoria is priced 6,999 while the Zenfone Go is priced 7,999. So there is a 1K difference between these two devices. And for the 1K lower pricing of the Euphoria, you get a great build device. The display is pretty good. The software is again customizable. Then you have 16 gigs of storage, additional 8 gigs of storage over the Zenfone Go. There is 4G LTE support, better camera, and slightly better battery life. So all in all, we would say for the price of 6,999, the Euphoria makes much better buy than the Asus Zenfone Go. But having said those aspects, there is one area where the Zenfone Go has a slightly better performance, that's the after sales warranty. So you devices still have this issue with servicing. There are lots of users complaining about the issues in servicing, although now Micromax service centers do accept U devices. They are not still sorted out. So if you are worried about the after sales warranty and support, then probably the better choice would be Zenfone Go with much better servicing options. So if servicing is not a priority for you, we would definitely suggest you to pick the Euphoria over the Asus Zenfone Go. So that was a detailed comparison of these two phones. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to your YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.